So, as some of you may remember, or some of you may know, I moved house a couple of years ago from the house that I grew up in and lived in for almost 16 years. I moved to a place still kind of near London, but a little bit further out, and it was shit. I still get very homesick for my old house. I moved house on July the 3rd, 2015, and it's like July 2017 now. Like, it's been a while. I think it's past the point where it's okay to still be getting homesick. But I still get homesick, which is fun-ish. I wanted to talk about that today because I've always been a nostalgic person, and homesickness is shit. Like, it's so shit. I get homesick for a house that I haven't lived in 2 years. But I don't even know if I'm homesick for the house or if I'm homesick for how things were when I was in the house, like when my family situation wasn't complicated and when my room was big and I lived in like a convenient travel place and didn't have bloody Southern Rail. I mean, obviously, if I hadn't moved house, everything in my life would be entirely different. My family situation would probably be different. My social life would be extremely different because I would have stayed on at my high school instead of going to my current college. And my current college has done so much for me, especially in the last year. I want to say I'm a happier person. I'm not sure if I am. I want to say I am, because I now have the friends in the social life that make me happy that I wouldn't have had if I stayed on at my old school or whatever. But similarly, I'm a bit of a mess, so I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily a happier person because I moved house. I'm gonna move on from this topic. In the end of August last year, I decided I wanted to paint my room purple because that was how my room was in my old house. I had a lovely purple room, I had my purple walls, and I had one wallpapered wall. So in this house, I painted my bedroom. I did it myself. I made a video of it, but I just never posted the video. But I painted my room and I moved my bed from where it had been by the window to along the wall, almost in the exact same way that it was in my old house, because suddenly having these purple walls made me feel like I was in my old house. Because if I lay facing the wall in my old house, I would have had my lanterns in the corner and my purple wall there the way I was facing. And I cried a bit when I realised that. So I made an effort to move my bed to how it kind of was in my old house. I didn't actually move it to the right place. I couldn't move it to the right place. It's actually on the left wall and it should be on the right wall. But the right wall has a door and a low bookshelf, so I can't. But it's small things like that were things that I didn't realise how much I missed. When I started hanging out with Joe a lot, I started having dinner at their house. And I still do, most days. And this was something I hadn't realised I missed, right? Eating at a dinner table and having simple rules like don't go on your phone at the table. Things that I did in my old house. And then we slowly broke the habit as we moved house and we use the table as a desk sometimes, and now we just most of the time eat off trays. And it wasn't something that I realised I missed until I had it again. And it just kind of made me really happy to suddenly have the sense of order that I used to have in my old house that I haven't had for about a year and a half. I don't know what the point of this video is, honestly. I just still get really homesick and I'd love for things to go back to how they were. But also I wouldn't. As I was saying, I've had some amazing opportunities that I wouldn't have had if I didn't move house and live where I lived. There'd be so many amazing people that I wouldn't have met and so many amazing things I wouldn't have done. one of the things that makes me feel like moving house was a good thing. I very much believe in everything happens for a reason. I may not always like it, and I may not always like the reasons, but everything happens for a reason. So moving house was shit, but will it be better? I don't know. This house is just small and a bit gross, a bit pokey, and I don't really like it. Also, I've lost my phone. Oh, it's here. IDK. Everything's a mess and I don't really know where I'm at, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about homesickness. Homesickness is healthy. I know it is. I think the point where I realised I was no longer homesick was after I came back from Cameron's at the very beginning of 2016. I just missed my own bed. Like in this house. And that was the first time that had kind of happened. I was really shocked. And sometimes I'm staying over at Joe's and I get home and my own bed is just so nice, and I love it. And there are good things about this house. I know there are. I just can't think of them. Also, I don't know the last I can't remember the last time I slept in my own bed in this house without having fallen asleep on the sofa first. I've not moved from this sofa in like 24 hours. But it's nice. It's comfy, it's homely, and I like it. As I said, I'm not really sure the point I'm trying to make in this video. I just get homesick, and that's okay. There are good things about this house. I just need to focus on them. I don't know. I am, in fact, a mess. And I'm going to leave today's video here. Hopefully editing Emmy can get something out of this shit rambles that makes a bit of sense. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah. Alright. Bye. I'm such a mess. Heck.